Hi everyone, how are we doing? I want to welcome you to Karaoke Moments. Today we will be having a topic that is very interesting, and this is myths that make people remain in toxic relationships. And we're going to be looking at it with an expectation that everybody has a point, everybody knows something about it, whereby when we discuss about toxic relationships, what we mean is the relationships that are harmful, the relationships that are unpleasant, relationships that cause pain, but some people choose to remain in them. So what are these myths? What are these untruths? Things that people sometimes take them to be real, but in reality are not real. So that is what we are talking about, myths. It seems as if it is good reasons, but if you look at it, it hurts more. So, myths why people remain in toxic relationships. And our in karaoke moments, we have our life conversations, and we have a tagline where we say, "Life is a journey. You walk in it." Because as we are saying, life has a way of just showing us many things happening, and that is why on this channel, we discuss about such moments. So, what are these myths that cause pain and myths that make people remain in toxic relationships? And as I'm saying, nobody is empty. I know we all have something that we can be able to say. And on top of it all, what I thought about, and this is necessarily not with a name of what is important than the other, but the first point that I thought about it is that a myth that goes that relationship makes someone valuable and respectable. So this is whereby you find someone will be in this toxic relationship, this relationship that is harmful, this relationship that is causing pain, because they believe when they are in that relationship, it gives them a value. It makes them respectable. Like even amongst peers or amongst family members, when you tell them, "Oh, I'm in a relationship with so and so," or I am relating with so and so, or I'm even married to John, or I'm married to Mary, that gives people respect and value. I want to look at it as a myth because just because you are in it, it doesn't give you value or respect. What gives you value and respect is how the other person makes you feel. If they make you feel respected and valuable, then such a relationship becomes valuable. It becomes non toxic. But in a toxic one, you even know you don't feel valued. You even know you don't feel respectable, but you're in it for the sake of other people. You know the way we normally say that you are living for other people instead of living for yourself. That makes such a relationship toxic. Number two, if you quit a relationship, you are the bad one. That is a myth. You don't have necessarily to be the bad one for you to quit a relationship. Someone can quit a relationship because they are not happy in it, because they have counted themselves first. They have looked at themselves first and realized they have to value themselves. They have to accept that they are not going to remain in a place where they are feeling disrespected, not valued. And at times, actually, it is not because you are not feeling. Sometimes it is also you. You need to be honest. You know, the way we say emotional intelligent. You could be the one who is not respecting the other person or not valuing the other person, because a relationship should be mutual, should be able to feel that you both love each other, you both value each other, you both respect each other. It is not only one side. So even as you're accepting to quit, you're quitting because you are not respecting the other person. You cannot be feeling devalued, be feeling not respected, but you're like, what will people say? By the way, people will always have something to say. Even when you remain in a toxic relationship or in an abusive relationship, people will still talk and say, oh, they wish Jane just left that relationship, or they just wish John also left that relationship. So you need not to remain in a relationship because your worry is when you quit, what will people say? That becomes toxic. That becomes a relationship that you're more worried of other people and what they'll say than yourself. Number three, another myth why people remain in toxic relationships or abusive relationships is because they saw other people remaining in a toxic relationship. I've even listened, I've watched people, and I want to believe you've also been like me, to watch people and to see when people say, I saw my mother going through abuse, I saw my friend going through abuse, and that is why I'm going through the same. Because if I quit, what will people say? Oh, maybe I'll be the first one in our family to quit a malfunctional or toxic marriage or toxic relationship. You'll even find that when people go to seek guidance, for example, from their mother or from their auntie or from their friends, they'll be told, I've faced it all. I've gone through it all. So why do you want to quit? You can as well just remain silent. Oh, just keep silent. And actually, some cultures, you're even told that a woman, what you need to do is just to keep quiet. Or even as a man, because actually a toxic relationship is not only for women, even men go through that. Maybe for a man, you're being told, oh, if you quit this, what will other men say? What will your the name that will go down for your dad will be a bad one, that you have a son who cannot sustain a marriage, you have a son who cannot sustain a relationship, and yet you're dying inside. And actually, this is where now that toxicity comes, that abusive, that unhappiness and disrespect comes in. Because if people can learn to talk early, then this toxicity can be reduced and can improve things. Instead of saying that you need to remain in that abusive relationship because you know a few other men down the line, maybe two, three. I know my father, I know my uncle, I know my friend who is in an abusive relationship, or and they are still managing, they are still being there. Or as a woman, you say, I know my mom, my aunt, or my friend, or another church member, or a neighbor who is in an abusive relationship who has been there. So I can as well add the number. No, why not add the number of a good marriage, add the number of a good relationship? By the way, no wonder they say negative sells more than what is good, because you realize that the more people are inclined to talk about good marriages, good relationships, the same wavelength you'll see people are also talking about how marriages are bad, how relationships are not working. And that is why we are trying to demystify myths of why people remain in a toxic relationship. Having talked about those three, have you subscribed in this channel? I want to welcome you. Find a place in your heart now. Like our video, comment, subscribe in this video, and turn on your notifications so that you can be able to be receiving more live conversations from Karaoke Moments. And as I said, our tagline is, life is a journey, you walk in it, because we discuss matters of life, aspects, and life conversations that help in our lives, sometimes planned, sometimes unplanned. Point number four, it is people also have a myth that they say they remain in toxic relationship for identity, so that you can be able to get a name, so that you can be able to get a name like, oh, you're a girlfriend to so and so, you're a boyfriend to so and so, you're a husband to so and so, you're a wife to so and so. Inversely, if you look at it, you should be feeling it. You don't need to prove a point. You don't need to be feeling it. You don't need to be making other people realize that you're uh, married, or you're married as a woman, you're married as a man, or you're dating as a boy, or you're dating as a girl. People should be able to resonate with that. But if you're forcing it, even when things are not happening, that is what now changes it and makes it toxic. Because a name should be natural. A name is not just because you're adding a surname to yourself, or because you're adding a title to yourself. You know, you should feel it. It should be able to come with respect and come with mutual understanding of the two people. Don't make it a myth by saying, How am I going to drop my marital status, like from a dating, or courtship, or married man or married woman? But instead, you should be more worried of how are you representing people in that marital status. Do people feel even encouraged to want to be someone's boyfriend or someone's girlfriend? When you're dating, do people see something valuable from you? If you're married, do people see anything valuable to you as a husband, to you as a wife, vis-a-vis trying to force yourself to for the sake of other people? Actually, people do not even, sometimes you are so worried of other people and they don't even know your name. They're not even bothered about you. It is you who should be instead be happier in your status other than being in a toxic one. And I believe you people have points. I'm expecting to see comments for you to tell us, do you believe that there are myths that are associated with relationships? Why do people stay in toxic relationship? How can we demystify this? I'm expecting you to put down in your comments and in our karaoke community so that we can be able to discuss further and see how we can be able to demystify or try to dilute these things and instead have more enjoyable relationship. I remember I made a certain video on marriage and why, if someone has certain traits, it becomes difficult for someone to get married. I'm going to pin that video, and if you look in my videos, you'll see it was about marriages and how some traits should not be followed if you want to get married. But I remember one of the comments I received was that marriage is a scam, something like that, is not an important one. Nobody will force you to get married. It should be natural. Nobody should force you to be in a relationship. It's true, it should be natural. But if you're in one, then you need to behave in a way that it is beneficial to the other person, because marriage or any relationship that is involving another person should not be selfish. I'm going to pin that video just in case you didn't watch it. So number 5, another one that is one of the myths that make people remain in a toxic relationship is the myth of you're getting old, you will not get another man or another woman to marry you if you lose the one you're having. That is another myth, because people can remain in an abusive relationship, very toxic, very unhappy, very shameful one, because you're worried that if you lose that one, you will not be able to get another one. But you know what is amazing? You can even be in a relationship and it will still end, whether early or late. So you'd rather, whenever you see those flag signs, discuss it at that time, trying to rectify, try to work it out to make it better, vis-a-vis saying, I'd rather be quiet, because if I say, he might walk out of me, or she might walk out of me and I remain single, and what will I do? I know we've even watched and met people who are like even 30 years old. Unfortunately, marriage, maybe they have gone into marriage and come out. Some even go to marriages much later, after 40s, and they still come out of marriage. So that's what we are discussing about. Toxic relationships should be rectified. It should not be a myth to say you're remaining in one because if that man or that woman gets off from the bus of relationship or quits it, you will not get married. Which other points do you have? I'm welcoming you to share with us and be able to discuss with us, and we hear which other toxic relationship myths do you have? Do you have any? Kindly share with karaoke moments, but just know that you're worth and valued more than you think, even without a relationship or with a relationship. So it has to be from that point. Till we get to meet again with you, I want to welcome you to share our videos with any other person who can benefit from this, and continue supporting us by liking, commenting, and subscribing on this channel. God bless. Thank you.